Could there actually be justice in the future for Hunter Biden, maybe even the senile old man squatting in the Oval Office? It's an important question today because it seems possible, much to my surprise and millions of others, I think, too. We learned late yesterday that Hunter Biden is going to be indicted before the end of September for a felony gun charge because he lied. He lied on a federal background check before buying a handgun. It's all part of several things that have happened recently. First, a positively sweetheart deal put together with federal prosecutors was rejected by the federal judge in the case back in July. And after first walking into court thinking all of his sins would be forgiven for tax evasion and that felony gun charge, it was all going to be wrapped up in a near total immunity deal, Hunter left court that day with nothing at all. And since then, the federal prosecutor in the case, David Weiss, who was appointed as a special counsel, and most of us, me included, thought that was the end of it. Weiss, the federal prosecutor from Delaware, would just hide behind the ongoing investigation curtain and nothing would ever happen to the chronic drug and alcohol abuser who's also accused of not paying millions of dollars in taxes or registering as a foreign agent, and even accusations of sex with underage girls and human trafficking for that same purpose, for sex. But apparently I was wrong, and so are you maybe, because Weiss told U.S. District Judge Marion Noriega that he expects Hunter to be indicted at least on the gun charge later this month. So where else is this leading? Listen.
And there is the question about whether this investigation would broaden further or whether there are other potential crimes that are now back on the table. You know, they brought up the potential, foreign agent dealing. So, look, Hunter Biden now has a host of problems that he didn't have or didn't think he had a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, he's got a host of problems, but it was certainly something most of us were not anticipating. In fact, most of the talking heads on the numerous left-leaning cable news networks spent a whole lot of time rationalizing the entire matter and dismissing the seriousness of violating gun laws in America or not paying millions in taxes. Here's more.
The special counsel, David Weiss, intends to seek an indictment against Hunter Biden relating to gun charges by the end of the month. That according to a new court filing. Biden had previously reached a deal involving a gun possession charge that would have allowed him to avoid prosecution if he met certain conditions over a 24-month period. Once his plea deal, though, fell apart in court, the future of the gun deal has been in limbo.
Well, there's Wolf Blitzer. So just a few weeks ago, the White House, including President Joe Biden and the entire administration, thought they had cleaned up this whole Hunter Biden mess. But today, it's not only not cleaned up, it's possibly expanding and exposing the president to even more scrutiny at a time when his poll numbers are already in the toilet and the calls for him to step aside because of other issues like age and his general lack of competence were already growing louder. There's no doubt that this latest public relations dumpster fire will inflict even more political damage on the most unpopular president of modern times. So now we have to wonder, is David Weiss going to use his newly minted powers of special counsel to defy Attorney General Merrick Garland's unwritten wishes to keep the Hunter Biden story out of the headlines and do what an honest prosecutor would do and actually follow the facts?